I'm not gonna ID. So
This is the first time we have bunnies on the show.
yeah, this is wonderful. Oh,
We have 3 bunnies.
yeah. Well, I don't know how long I'm gonna have these on. Well, I have to say, I am so delighted, Jonathan, to be doing the gig with you again. This is just absolutely
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
But we have some special guests today, so go ahead and introduce.
Rabbit Savior, Jonathan Silva. You have done such an amazing job in a really short period of time.
Ryan.
You have, and I love what you're doing. And I'm going to tell you, I'm honored to be doing the gig with you every week. It's wonderful, wonderful. Okay, do you want to, Jonathan, introduce our very, very special guests?
Yes. So today we have 2 famous Instagram bunnies. We have Orlagh from Texas, and then we have our ambassador, Jester, the giant continental, and he's all the way from the UK. And today we're just going to go ahead and talk to the employees, the bun moms, and ask questions on anything about the rabbits. But this is the first time we actually have rabbits in the show. Actual rabbits. So I think hopefully there's a lot of people watching this, and then we can learn from this and keep going.
Very much. And I've got to say to listeners, you've got to find a way to see these rabbits and their moms. I mean, this is wonderful.
Well, I am crazy, and I think what I'm going to do once RSS does, keep going, I'll fly to Texas, do the interview live, then I'll go to the UK because I want to see Lynn, I want to see Jester. So
wait a minute, if you're going to the UK, you got to take me with you.
Let's go.
I'm a photographer.
Yes, you're all welcome.
So, Lynn, I'm going to ask a question before the introductions. Marmite, love it or hate it?
I like it on potatoes, so half and half.
Half and half. I've never heard anyone say half and half. Honestly, I learned from some of the guests that I've had and friends in the UK that people either love it or hate it, and I love it. So I bet you are the first person that said, yeah, half and half. I appreciate that very much. Jonathan, how about you introduce our guest?
Well, let's go with Robin first. Robin, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody on the air right now.
Hi, I'm Robin Smith. We live in Houston, Texas, and this is my owner, Orlagh.
Your owner, I love that.
Lynn,
go
ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm Lynn Hobson, mum to Jester. We live in North Lincolnshire in the UK.
It's amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah, this is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Robin, tell us about Orlagh.
Well, I adopted her through Bunny Buddies here in Houston. I had filled out an application to adopt a bunny, and I was kind of looking everywhere, humane societies, not necessarily special needs, but I knew I wanted to do a rescue. And they happen to have one. I knew it wasn't my bunny, but I wasn't opposed to having a special needs rabbit. And we talked a little bit about that bunny. And I told her I'm not in a hurry. They didn't really have, a lot of bunnies at that time. And I said, I'm not looking for a bunny's sake. It needs to be the right one. So about a month later, they messaged me and they said, hey, did you find a bunny? And I said, no. They said, she's like, we just got the special needs bunnies in, and I thought of you. And they sent me her picture, and I'm getting goosebumps as I'm telling this story. I saw the picture and I was like, that's my girl. Like, no hesitation, no qualms.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just felt the connection, just looking at her, like immediately.
Like, I could just see her spirit, like in her energy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Tell special needs. Describe the special needs with Orlagh. And I love looking at the videos. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I'm gonna put her down. Oh, easy. Here, baby, here's your banana. Hold on, I gotta give her a banana. She
look at her go.
has severely splayed back legs, and it's probably from bed breeding. We don't really know. We don't know where she came from. She was kind of dropped off in a box at some office. And thankfully a woman there found her and was like, that she contacted the rescue. So it was a very short time, like the day she was dumped, she was taken in by somebody and then brought to the rescue. But people think she's paralyzed. She's not paralyzed. They're like, oh, why is she paralyzed? I'm like, she's not. She has full function of all of her extremities. She can move her legs, obviously not well.
Yeah.
But she can flap them up and down, and her hip, like her legs aren't connected to her hips. And she can do so much. Like she can do so much more than we ever thought. Like I bought her a little doll bed from IKEA. And I was like, well, she can't get on it. We have little dogs, they can use it. She wasn't even in our house 2 minutes. She jumped on it and we were all like,
Wow.
like she literally has no idea she has limitations.
It's amazing.
He's our little Chihuahua dog. He can't get on anything. He has stairs. She can run up the stairs onto the couch, which
Wow.
I don't know how she can do that. Her legs aren't attached.
That's incredible.
It's incredible. And you've seen videos. She runs, she's
she's
she
adorable.
hops,
Yeah.
she can't really she can't use her back legs to thump, but so she's more verbal. So if something's upset, she'll honk.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, very interesting.
Yep.
That is interesting. I've got to ask you, what is it about taking in, and I love that you did, but what was it you wanted a special needs? Where's that heart come from in you? What was it about that?
Well, to me,
Oh, are you hearing her at all? Anybody? I don't know where the audio.
But yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that statement.
she has no
Yeah.
idea she's any different.
She's beautiful.
That is, and a lot of heart. It takes a special person to do that. I think it
Yeah,
takes
my
special.
husband was not impressed.
That what? Say it again. I'm
My
sorry.
husband was not impressed at first. Why can't you get a normal one? I'm like, she is normal.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've got to ask you, how did he come along then?
Well, obviously it was a big conversation, and I said, this is what we're going to need to do to take care of her properly. And I said, if you're not on board, you got to let me know, because obviously I just wouldn't bring home an animal.
Sure, yeah.
And if not, I need to let the rescue know so they can find her somewhere else. And he's like, no, it's fine. I travel for work sometimes, so it's up to him to take care of her.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in the house 20 minutes, and he was sold. I mean,
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
She's completely housebroken. 2 days. She had never been trained or anything. 2 days. I mean, still to this day.
It's amazing.
She's out all day. She runs in her house, uses the litter box, and he's like,
What?
Yeah.
That's so bad.
He loves her. Jonathan, he does. He's
I know.
when I bathe her, and she brings us a lot of joy and happiness.
Yes.
That is
All of
absolutely. It's like who's getting you. I hate to say more out of the relationship. Who rescued who, or who took it?
Absolutely. We rescued each other for sure.
Yeah. That's
My vet
absolutely.
loves our connection, and he's incredible. And he's just been so good to us. And he's like, she just had her 1-year checkup, and he was like, I just can't believe this is the same rabbit. She was underweight. She had urine scalding. She had bald spots.
Yeah.
He's like, the bond that you two have. He's like, you needed each other. And I cry because it's so emotional to me. I'm so emotionally connected with her.
I understand that. I think we all understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Lynn? We all understand that emotional connection
Yeah,
with the rabbit.
definitely.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and Jester.
Jester's 3 years old. He's 3 years old on the 1st of April. He's my whole world, as you can see. He's very loving.
He's
First of
such a
April.
beautiful
Go
boy.
ahead.
He's a beautiful boy. Look at him.
He is.
It's funny.
Listeners, I wish you could see these beautiful buds. And I've got to ask. You said his birthday is the 1st of April.
April.
Oh.
There's no April Fool's funny. I can assure you on that. He's very smart. He's
Oh.
very loving.
And what does he
With me
weigh?
When I come home from work,
What does he weigh?
he weighs 20 pounds.
Wow. Right? I mean, wow.
Yeah.
How is his diet? Does he eat a lot during the day? Does he have
Yeah, he eats a lot. He has two lots of greens, one in the morning, one at night. He's got his hay, he's got his forage food, he's got a little bit of treats, and yeah, he does eat a lot. He's got different
Gotcha.
varieties of hay, what he picks on, and yeah, he eats a lot.
And I love the pot sitting. I love how he sits in the pots.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
loves it. We've got a massive pot now. I tried to sample it, but he just wasn't interested. He just loved the pot. Absolutely loved it.
It's like his little throne. He likes just to perch on there and just
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
I've got to ask you, why a rabbit for you?
Sorry?
Why a rabbit? Why?
Why a rabbit?
Yeah.
I've had 3 giant rabbits now, and they've all been roos. Absolutely love them. They're so loyal, so loving. They're just like dogs.
Yeah.
You know, Jester likes to be in with everything with us. He doesn't like to be left out. He follows us everywhere. It's just a family. He's just one of us. You know, he's part of the family. He won't let you push him out anyway. He sticks his nose in everywhere. You know, he's a huge character.
And that's correct. They're like family, because that's why I'm trying to do these little videos and trying to get, RSS out there to show the world that the rabbit is family. It's not livestock. It's not just,
Yes.
a cage. I mean, mine mimic me. It's crazy. I mean, mine have attitudes because they love dad and they like to be like dad, and it's crazy. But people need to know what these beautiful creatures are like at home, and just our family. They think they have souls. They're just incredible people.
Definitely.
They're
This is
very
completely
human.
free roam. He's never locked up. Even when we go out, he's never locked up. He just sits and waits for us when we come home. And
Yeah, a lot of people don't get that. I remember people I knew that said, rabbits in the house. And they was like, well, why do you have them in the house? Well, they're family members. The whole idea of a hutch is not enough. Why would you get a rabbit and put it in a cage in the backyard and leave it
Would you
there?
have your children in cages? No.
I can't bear to see that. Can't bear it.
When you think about that again, people get it. And one of the things that I've always found interesting is when friends would come over and see the rabbits, and they would be a little, it's like, oh, they just run around. They just, they'd come up and, want to be petted by them. And one of the other things, forgive me for saying it, is that I thought it would smell bad, because it's like, first of all, because of their diet, and we all know this, that their defecation, their poops, their whatever, don't smell if you're feeding them properly. We all know that. Right?
Yeah, I don't smell.
Seen that, yeah.
I smell sometimes if I'm sweating, and but the rabbits.
I smell worse than the rabbits.
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah.
The smell of rabbits, yeah.
Yeah.
Rilla smells good. I go, she smells like a bunny, like hay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just bunny goodness.
Yeah. Bunny. It smells like a bunny.
Bunny goodness.
Yeah. And it's interesting when people would visit in the early days for us, and they would start to pet the rabbit, and they would then ask, so how is Miso? One of our rabbits? How's me? Oh, he's doing great. Thanks for asking. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
How people come
And
to the. Go ahead.
And I love how your guys' Instagram pages, you guys have a lot of followers, and there's so much interaction between both the bunnies. And it's just like, it makes me so happy to see people really get attached to each bunny. Because I mean, you just talked about being like, attachment to all these bunnies. And I go on Instagram and I'm attached to all these bunnies that I love. I always check in and this and that. And you have that, you grow that, just that spiritual attachment to these, beautiful creatures. And, call me crazy, but I'm going to be in this industry for a very, very, very long time. And it's one of the things where the rabbit has changed my view on people. I mean, I have literally erased everybody I've ever met from this January, from past this way. I just deleted people out of my life, because the people I've met in the rabbit industry, some are awesome. Some are just, have given me a little bit of a hard time here and there, but they came around with what I'm doing. But I've never met a group of people that I can call family.
Like
Yeah.
like seriously family, like Lynn, we talk every single day. Robert and I talk every single day. But just that whole rabbit and the whole spiritual and the whole energy that the rabbit gives off, you know, my end result with, I don't want to say end result because that means I stopped. And I don't want to say that. My long-term goal with RSS is to make sure that everybody can see the rabbit in the limelight it deserves. And if I can get there and get all these bunnies, you know, that not a second chance, but the first chance of, hey, we're here to stay and play. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I love it.
And Jonathan, if again, I think we've all been in the experience where the rabbits have saved us or raised our feelings of love.
Yeah.
You know, and bonded with them. So do you mind? I know I ask you this all the time. Your story was so powerful when you and I were connected, and I learned about your. Go ahead.
Here's now we have the one person on the show. So I've known Robin for quite some time. Robin before RSS was something. Okay, so we got connected through Orlagh, like seriously. And I told Robin, hey, I had this weird dream about this rabbit on my chest, and it just, you know, and that's how it all started. And Robin and I have been, you know, communication, and the whole spiritual depression, this and that, and the rabbit saved me, and this and that. But at the whole scope of things, I think everybody has saved everybody. And I dove headfirst into something that I was not knowledgeable in, to be honest. I just dove headfirst and said, you know what, I want to try to fix everything. You know, oh my God, I want to fix everything, you know? And that's my tendency. But then I'm sitting there, it's like, hello, anybody want to help? So, but you know what, it's saved my life. And you know, when I mean that, you know, now Lynn is part of my family, you know, from a distance, and Jester and Orlagh and everybody else, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And the whole moral of the story is, you know, the depression is a huge thing, and I don't have it anymore. It's so crazy. I don't have anxiety. Well, everybody has anxiety, but the depression's gone completely, and the rabbit gives you new meaning. And I don't want to discriminate with dogs and cats, but you don't really hear anybody say, God, my dog saved me. I mean, you may do that, but there's more rabbits that save other people because they're undervalued.
Yeah, undervalued. Yes, I agree. And once you know, once you get that bond, you bond, and that's you know, I think that when people and when you all educate people, because again, with your Instagram profile, when people see that and they see, you know, a rabbit, I think it's still like the rabbits in the house, the rabbits, you know, it's wonderful because that's educational for people.
It is. It really is. And what, you know, Orlagh and Jester, what they bring to the, you know, bunny kingdom, and how their moms treat them like
beautifully. Yeah, because they are. I'm sorry.
And yeah, and we all mimic what you guys do, because I learn from your Instagram post every day. But oh, okay, wow, you know, just different little things. I always take different things, and it's just you know, I think that everybody in this community needs to start connecting in a different way. And I think once we all connect, things will change and really happen quickly, because, you know, one person can make change, but if there's 100 million people in the rabbit community that want change, but they don't have the you-know-whats to follow this individual or entity or whatever, that change won't happen, because you can't win a war without an army.
Yeah.
But you can be the weirdo to be the leader and get all these people to, hey, let's just do this. Put down the prejudice and let's just go. And that's what we all need to do.
When you said that, Jonathan Silva, about the, you know, the depression goes away, I know for me, I would always feel, you know, whatever was going on, if I put one of the buns on my chest and started to pet them, you know, you feel better. That they feel better because they're getting the love, you're getting the love. And it's when you're going through hard times, whatever, everybody's got something going on. And when you're with the buns, I mean, that was some of the great things of coming home. It's like, I get to see the bunnies, the rabbits, you know, and then I roll around on the floor with them and play with them, or just hold them and pet them. It's very soothing.
Yeah,
Jonathan knows too, because we're friends. We talk. I travel for work, and I'll be gone for a weekend, and I'm like, my God, I don't want to leave Orla. My kids, I'm fine with leaving.
Um,
The dogs, the birds, the guinea pig, but I'm like, it's really hard for me to leave her. I know she's
Yeah,
fine. I know my
yeah.
kids and my husband take care of her, great. But when I get home, she literally goes bonkers. She spins, she comes running over, she licks me. You know, it's just a totally different connection.
Yeah, no, I
Would you-
agree 100%.
And one of the things that Jonathan, you and I've talked about this before. One of the things that I feel, and I'm going to say with animals, but my experience has been more with, I've had dogs and cats and more rabbits, that they will love again. A lot of humans that have been hurt, abused, whatever, they close, but well, I'm not going to get in a relationship again, whatever. I was hurt. I can't. And the rabbits, I'm not going to belabor this, but I think, Jonathan, we talked about this before. One of the rabbits we took in had been terribly abused and then neglected for years, cared for, but neglected, cared for in a box in a garage, fed, but it's just, no human connection, nothing. And it was interesting because when we first brought her home, whenever she was scared, she'd see my hands and she would scream. And anybody that's ever heard a rabbit scream in fright, it's blood curdling, right? It's yeah. And she went from that, and she went from that to when I get ready to leave in the morning to go to the station, I'd throw a backpack on. And again, it was a long process. It wasn't quick. And she'd run up and pull on my jeans, pull on my pant leg, for me to get down on the floor and pet her.
Yeah.
And she went from scared to even see my hands to not wanting me to leave. And and would run to me when I'd come in the door, just, and their love is resilient, which is something that you don't see often enough with humans.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Yeah, I'm mesmerized by Jester, man.
I am too.
Yeah, I know. For listeners, for listeners.
God, I can't wait for people to see this video. He's
No
just,
need
so-
for words, but
Tell,
bless
hi,
him.
Mama Bears. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I definitely have to find some sitters for my rabbits. I really want to go to the UK.
So, Lynn, tell us a little bit more about Jester.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, really. Jester is, there's only one Jester.
Yeah.
Jester, everybody loves Jester. He's just so photogenic. He's so loving. His character's off the scale. To me, he's the best rabbit in the world.
Is he going to grow any bigger, you think?
He's sat watching me in the morning when my alarm goes off. And if I'm late up, he'll jump on the bed and, he demands his breakfast first thing in the morning. And, he's got his own little routine going, and he don't like it to be changed. He likes his routine. He likes his pop as soon as he's just full of character. He's just a wonderful guy.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Both your
He's
rabbits,
really
all rabbits are
giant.
beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's a pretty boy.
Jonathan, you were asking about is he going to get any bigger? You were
Do you
asking.
think?
Jester,
Yeah. No.
no,
Full
it's
grown.
just as fully grown now. Giants grow till we're about 2 years old.
Okay, so he's mesmerizing.
He's just
Yeah,
like,
he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, and I'm thinking that's great for viewers. For listeners, are probably like, why do they keep? Why they call it dead air. If you're a radio, that you can't have dead air. You can't have dead air.
Yeah.
But we're all mesmerized, and Orlagh too. I've got to say, the care that the special care that you give Orlagh because she's special needs is just beautiful. It's at first I've got to tell you, it was like you feel bad. They're loved, and they're more resilient than people, but it's like and then you see how well loved and cared for Orlagh is, and how happy Orlagh is, and it's just a beautiful thing.
she's so special. Like, she doesn't realize how special she is. And it's, 2 different times a week, tush baths. We have to clean her ears. Obviously, if she's trying to itch her ear, she can't. We do it for her.
Yeah.
She goes every month religiously, every 4 weeks. She gets her sanitary trim or her bikini wax, as we like to say. They do her nails, they do her ears, if you know, and it's just easy. She makes it easy for us. I was definitely nervous when we first got her. There's not a lot of information out there on splayed leg rabbits.
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing. And I talked to the rescuer I got her about it. I happened to reach out to a few other rescues, and that's how I met Carrie from Save Somebody out.
Yay.
Yay.
It's like, oh my God,
Hi, Gary.
hey leg bunny. Hi, Carrie. We love you. She was a font of information. She just, you know, she doesn't know me. She doesn't know Orlagh, you know, and just, she was amazing. And she put me in touch, you know, because they have a splay leg bunny journey, and then again, a lot of it is trial and error with what works, keeping her skin clean. You know, my vet and I went back and forth with different things we tried. So, and the thing I really appreciate, obviously, is like the feedback. But having an excellent vet on your team, to me, is the absolute most important thing.
Yeah.
And that's a really important point. And it's interesting because I know our experience with we had a rabbit that had to have half of her jaw removed.
Ooh.
And it was one of those things, a very special vet in Cleveland. And it was, and she explained to us that it was about maybe a 25% chance that she would live through the surgery, although it was 100% that she was going to die from the issue. And I don't want to go too lengthy into it, but she did such an amazing job. And again, one of the things with John, again, having the right vet, that has experience, and they have to get experience too. So they have to see rabbits, but again, we should get this vet on sometime, Jonathan. You would absolutely love her. And she did this incredible surgery, and we had the rabbit for years after that. It was fantastic. But again, having the right vet that has experience with rabbits is so important.
I had talked to my vet before I got Orlagh. I said, I'm going to be fostering to adopt this special needs rabbit, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, I didn't know if you knew, but I do the low cost spaying and neutering for bunny buddies.
Wonderful.
And I was like, oh my God, that's great. And this was during COVID. So like I couldn't go in with her, but they came to the car and I had her about a week.
Wow.
And the rescue was like, oh, but she's already been vet checked. And I'm thinking, but not by my vet.
Yeah.
So obviously that visit comes out of my pocket. Well, I need to know what my vet thinks, and he called me. He's like, oh my God, she's incredible. It was like from day one, he's like, and then he was like, if you have questions, you can email me, you can call. And I'd call him a lot at the beginning. Sorry, Orlagh just scared.
That's all right.
Orlagh just scared Dashwell.
Yeah. That's
woman of the house.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll be right there. Oh, there's Orlagh.
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful. Yeah, they're both so beautiful. And it's obvious you both love them so very, very, very much.
People always say stuff, well, but it's just a rabbit. And I'm like, Jonathan totally understands me. And I think you will too, Lynn, also. Like,
oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
She literally speaks to my soul. Like, she just fills up, like, I don't have words for it. I'm going to start crying.
That's okay. You can cry on this show.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I understand. I think we all understand about the rabbits speaking to our soul. And I hear that too.
People are like, oh, that's so cute. I'm like, you have no idea what I'm talking about if you think that's cute.
Yeah. You have to own a rabbit to feel it, don't you, really? And then you totally understand it. And,
yeah, when you do, and we bond. It's interesting because we talk a lot, rabbit people, about bonded pairs, etc. We bond with them, and it's a very special relationship.
No, it is 100%. Because like, just take that, that one fact further. It's like, the rabbits bond together, but we've also, since I've started RSS, I bonded with so many people that it's like, wow, this is insane. It's like, so everybody really benefits from the rabbit.
When you, it's a great point, Jonathan Silva, because when you think about that with the, you know, when you, if you know someone has a rabbit, if somebody introduces you or saying they've got a rabbit too, like there's that immediate bond.
Yeah.
If a house rabbit, I should say, a rabbit is a family member, immediately that camaraderie, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just that immediate thing. It's so crazy. You know, what's funny is I think 2020, I was living in Corona, and there's these wild rabbits that used to come to my front door area, and I was like, you know what? Let me feed them vegetables and this and that. And now, thinking now, it's like, wow, yeah, they're wild rabbits, but it's pretty gnarly how just I've learned so much on what the correct diet is, and
That's
even though they're wild, you know, I was feeding them carrots, but it's really full circle now. And I remember one time I had like 4 or 5 rabbits at my door waiting to get fed.
waiting.
They ate my grass. I had to get new grass, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was pretty gnarly. So it was funny, but yeah.
When you mentioned that about diet, that's one of the things that people, because everybody assumes that you give them carrots all the time, and carrots, you know, they can have carrot, but not a lot because of the sugar. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't give Jester carrots very often. In fact, maybe just a little sliver, maybe once a month, and that's it.
Yeah.
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 That's all, yeah.
Now carrot tops.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I
because
grow my own carrot top. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that I've been known to be in the produce section where people are buying, you know, top carrots, the carrots with the tops, and I'll say to them that, are you going to use the tops? And I'm serious. I mean, you know, again, I don't harass people. I don't hang, you know, don't get thrown out of the grocer for doing that. But I would say to them, and oftentimes in that section, people have already taken the tops off and left them.
Yeah.
Which is great for rabbit people, for rabbits. Yeah.
That's smart. I'm going to do that next time, Louie.
Well, you know, if you see, I'm serious. I mean, if you see somebody that's buying top carrots, because my understanding is most people don't use them, even though they're delicious. By the way, I eat them, but a lot of people don't. And if they're not going to use them, why not give them to somebody that's going to give them their rabbit?
Benefit, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you try it. See what happens.
I'm gonna walk into Albertsons with some scissors. Just do you want
sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try dandelion greens, and I can't find them. I'm like, oh, I found them at Whole Foods. Yes, and I take them home, and Orlagh's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Really? Doesn't?
I was all excited, like she's gonna love these, and she was like, oh no.
Doesn't like dandelion greens.
No.
I have never known a rabbit that didn't like dandelion greens.
And she goes through phases. She'll eat the red leaf lettuce. She won't eat. If she's going through her, she will not eat the red leaf lettuce.
A bit finicky, hey?
Man, what's Jester's favorite food?
What is that?
What's his favorite food?
What's his favorite?
Blueberries, actually. He has 3 blueberries with his breakfast every morning.
Really?
He has various greens. He has kale, he has dandelions, he has cos lettuce, he has rocket. He has all sorts. Radicchio. Yeah. He has a lot.
And he likes them all, right? I mean, doesn't.
No, I don't give him the same every day. I sort of vary it for him.
Sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have you ever had an experience like Robin, where Jester didn't eat something? No,
not really. He'll eat virtually anything. I do grow a lot myself, actually, like fresh herbs.
It's wonderful. Oh, that's
yeah. I grow carrot tops for him and stuff like that. I've also got, you can buy what's called a rabbit mix. It's full of seeds, and I've got like 4 troughs. Because he's so big, the trough's not big enough for him. So I rotate 4 troughs, and it's got mixed grasses in and clover and all rabbit friendly greens.
Oh, that's great. The rabbit mix.
I do a lot for him, yeah.
The rabbit mix. I love that.
So cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So what do your friends say? Let them stay with you for a minute. What do your friends say about Jester? Oh, she froze up.
About Jester? Well, they know I'm totally obsessed, and I'm going to stop talking about him. But they love him. They know that if anything's going to happen or I'm going to do anything that Jester comes first. You know, if I get invited and I think, oh, what about Jester? And they totally understand. I've got 2 granddaughters, and Jester absolutely loves them. He loves
Oh,
visitors. If somebody knocks on the door, he goes running to the door. He absolutely loves the fuss. He loves it. Yeah, very
that is
friendly.
so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, he loves it.
that is wonderful. Go ahead. Lynn, go ahead. Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
He's the boss. He's just as the boss.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at those ears. They're so big.
Yeah.
Here's everything.
Gosh.
It's huge.
You
He's,
treat rabbits how they treat you, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I mean, like Jester is just unbelievable how he is with us, and
He's got a great personality.
It's just like one of the family, you know.
Yeah.
It's just
they are.
the 3 of us, you know.
Just a big gentle giant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
absolutely huge. I can't go over that. I love the pictures that you
face.
post on Instagram.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
he's coming right up to the camera. But listeners, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys gotta wait. till this video
We're
comes
just,
out.
yeah. Jonathan and I are just mesmerized.
I mean, it's one thing to see him on Instagram, but when you're actually interacting with, Robin and Lynn and Jester's right here, I'm almost a little bit speechless. Like, wow, this is,
Well, you know,
Lynn and I had Zoom before, but this is a little bit different now.
Yeah.
managing to get him all in, actually. Yeah, yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got such personality though. He knows he's king.
Yeah.
Kiss some Lynn.
Definitely. Yeah. He knows he's spoiled as well.
Oh yeah.
Robin, I've got to ask you with you were saying, I've got an email from a listener that wanted to know a little bit more about as you said, bikini wax. And I mean, I know why, certainly we all know why, but can you explain that a little bit?
Well, it's actually not a bikini.
No. I know it's shaving, but
So we bring her in once a month because she can't really lift off her bottom.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'll have issues with her Seco troops. They're a lot wetter than their normal poops. That's what they eat for more protein. So it can make a mess in her house. It can make a mess on her fur. And from, urinating and not being able to get off, it can burn her skin.
It can burn. Yeah.
So we
scald.
found that taking her every month, they put her in a special contraption. It's like padded, like in a V. And somebody holds her and somebody grooms her. And sometimes I go back there just so if she's like having a, minute. And I go back there and I pet her and she's literally falls asleep while I'm there petting her. Like she trusts her groomer, we love, her groomer, her name is Kirby. And I'm like, nope, only Kirby.
Yeah.
And that's made the biggest difference.
That
Really made the biggest difference. And then trying out different sprays and stuff, if she does get an irritation and her skin looks fantastic, but I check her every day.
Sure. That's wonderful. That's again, that care.
You gotta check her, even if she doesn't need a bath. I mean, sometimes when she's very first groomed, she doesn't need a bath for like a week. But if we really push it too long, then she's not really happy about it the next time. So I'll use, free and clear baby wipes, but at least every 2 to 3 days, she does get the tush bath, but only in that area.
The tush bath. I love that. The tush bath.
A bunny butt bath is what we call it. And she's good. She knows.
She knows. And you're helping her.
I dry her with the towel and then I use the cold setting on the hair dryer on low because I can't, keep her wet and then put her down on the ground.
Sure.
And she knows as soon as she's down on the ground, she's getting a piece of banana.
Of course.
I mean, she'll do anything for a banana. And before, that was nerve-wracking. Like when we first got her, I've never had a special needs bunny.
Yeah.
Not a splayed leg one, and it's like, how do we do this? Oh my God, I'm so nervous, She made it so easy.
Well,
if I'm traveling for work and she needs it, my daughter, who's 15, she's a little peanut. She can hold Orlagh. So my husband can give her a bath.
And your husband gives her the bath. That's, that's.
Well, I'm the one that usually bathes her. Mark usually holds her.
But
in an emergency situation.
He's really come along, hasn't he?
He won't go walking when we're in the stroller, but I'm working on it.
I'm sure he will at some point, right?
You won't have a choice.
Yeah, he won't.
I'll put him on a leash. No, I'm just kidding. No, and he loves her. He's literally blown away. He was just like, he just can't get over how amazing. Like I said, she's out. Like the only time she's not out is when my grandson comes over, because he's 14 months. I don't want any
Oh, yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
And when we're not home. Otherwise, she's out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I understand that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I've talked about a lot. Jonathan and I've talked about kids, you know, with rabbits. You don't get a rabbit to teach your child responsibility. I mean, because you don't know. Again, that's different with your 14-month-old. But I never understood that, because it's the parent's job to teach the child responsibility. You wouldn't have, you wouldn't take in a baby to teach your child, your 5-year-old, responsibility.
No, but that's with any animal.
I agree, of course, any animal.
But
It's the adults. It's the adults.
But they're really fragile.
Yeah, very fragile.
And I've been on a lot of groups, and I had to kind of get off of them because people they don't use their head. Like this poor rabbit, the little 3-year-old dropped and it's paralyzed. What do I do? Like, why are you letting a 3-year-old?
Why you let the 3-year-old?
Yeah.
Horror stories like that.
Awful.
Yeah,
horror
awful.
story.
Yeah, be the adult in the room. Be the adult. Be the adult. And yeah, because and a lot of rabbits don't like to be picked up, from what I understand. I mean, I my personal experience is, get to that point gradually if they're a rescue and they've had a troubled past, but then they do, but oftentimes not. And you get that on the floor with them and pet them.
That's like a prey thing. They're a prey animal.
Yes. Yeah. That's,
now we've been very fortunate because we have to pick Orlagh up. So Orlagh knows when she gets picked up, and I'll just pick her up and hold her, and she'll just fall asleep on me for a night. You know what I mean? So every time I pick her up, it's not to wash her tush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she knows she's going to get mommy cuddles, and I'll be lying down with her on the floor, and she'll lick me and play with my hair. And she's very affectionate. And that's how I know I'm doing it right.
Yeah. That's very affectionate. I like that.
That's how you know you're right. She's happy.
Yeah. That's,
Get lots of kisses literally every day.
You both are incredible bun moms. I have to say that.
Both of you. Very
I'm
amazing.
honored to know you guys.
Amazing. I've got to ask you, Len, how is it different? I mean, I know a rabbit's a rabbit, and there are certain things that are, do you think there's something, is there a different type of care because Jester's so big?
Oh, for giants. Well, obviously, giant rabbit, giant, everything's big.
Giant everything.
The accommodation, this poop pot. It's got a massive poop pot. It's got an aid station in it, and it's very, very clean. Actually, he's got his own little room where he's got his food in his poop pot, and no matter where he is, whether he's in the house or the garden, he will always go inside to that poop pot.
That's good.
Really? That's amazing to me. I've just got to say, because they drop so many poops during the day, rabbits do. We've never had a rabbit that, I mean, they generally would go to the box to do it. They would always urinate in the box, in the litter box or whatever. And you'd find droppings around. I think that's incredible. Yeah. I don't know.
His pot sitting. He gets out of his pot sitting and he'll go inside to poop. And when he poops, it's like a little mountain. He does it in the same place. Like a little pile.
It can't be a little mountain, Lynn.
Sweep it up. Yeah. Mind you, rabbits are clean, aren't they?
Yeah. The only poops that we find in Orlagh's house, because she's completely, because when she gets out of her box, her legs, being the way they are, will kick them out. But she's never actually gone in her house for poops.
Yeah. Well, like giants, even when we take him to the vets, he's got a big cage to go in there and that. And
what about? I know you care for them very well, but they when they're shedding, when they're, I know that our thing we've always said is fur is a condiment in our house. No matter how many times you brush them, and care for them, every once in a while you'd be sitting and all of a sudden I'd see a little bit of fur just floating through
It's true though.
Yeah, right. It's
Yeah,
And then-
just to look grooming, as you've seen, he loves it. Like therapy for him, I think.
Yeah, and again, my experience has been no matter how much you brush them and how much you try, there's still a little bit of fur once in a while, and which is great. One of the things I've always liked, and maybe this sounds weird, but if I had a black T-shirt on and there was a little bit of rabbit fur, because I'd have to pick them up and kiss them or get on the floor and kiss them before I'd leave. That I liked that. It was like I hope I'm not coming off as too bizarre. I mean, look at me, too bizarre. But I felt like I had a little bit of them with me.
Yeah.
It was like I didn't brush it off. And every once in a while, someone would say, "You got a little fur." I said, "Yeah, I know. I know."
Oh yeah, I go everywhere with fur all over me. Like if I go to Albertsons, I got hair all over me.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of, like I say, not excessively, but I like it when I'd go out, because I have, like I say, a little bit of them with me, which is wonderful.
Baby, look at those ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Jester's ears the ears are great.
Everything is great about Jester.
I know, look at that nose.
He's a
Yeah.
good boy, actually. I can't describe how good he is. He's just like a dream bunny, to be quite honest. He's so good, so clean.
He's a good
He
boy.
really is great. He's
Yeah,
great.
you can see that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm amazed. I mean, he's just hanging out with you and
Yeah.
letting you,
Yeah.
and you keep rubbing him. I mean, for listeners,
Sometimes
it's
I'd love to
beautiful.
someone, actually. Yeah. Yeah, he follows me everywhere. He likes to be with family. He likes to be part of it. In fact, he makes sure he's part of it. He won't be left out.
That's so
Even
good.
when we're watching TV at night, he'll sit in the middle of me and my husband. You know, he just won't be left out at all. Yeah, and we love it. We love it.
Is your bird flying? I didn't look. I saw I saw Robin like look at we're this is hi birdie. Oh, going back. Oh, what kind of
Worried about doing a live.
what kind of bird? What?
She's a half moon conure.
You've had her how long?
2.5 years.
That's wonderful.
Yes. We have
And
four.
they all get along, right? Wait, maybe not.
Do all 4 birds get along with each other? Definitely not. But actually, none of the birds are afraid of Orlagh, and I have another conure that literally flies down and hangs out and like lands on her leg.
Oh,
Orlagh just looks
that's
at her and she sniffs at it. I'm like, so gentle.
yeah.
She's
So-
fine with the dogs, the guinea pig. You know, she's like, because nobody's competition for her. Do you know what I
I
mean?
love it.
That's I love that. I love how you have all the different, the birds and the dog and the guinea pig, and they all. I mean, the birds. There's a little competition. Is that right?
And the one that you just saw is Gibby, and it's the Gibby show. It's all about Gibby. She's got to be out all the time, but she loves it. Like, you could come in my house, she'll go right to you.
That's just
Yeah.
Super friendly,
that's
talks a good game, but like, she's definitely a little afraid of Orlagh. But Phelan, literally, like, I was getting ready this morning and my poodle comes running in and she's whining, and I'm like, she never does this. And I come out and Phelan was in the cage with Orlagh. She was letting me know that she flew
Wow.
down, and Orlagh just sat there. I mean, Orlagh would not ever hurt any of the animals,
of course, yeah.
unless they were, my Chihuahua's getting old, so he'll be grumpy. So he growls, like, because he sits in her house with her, and so she got scared, and he was in her bed, so she ran next to him, and he growled, and she went honk honk, and he was like, "Oh my
Oh.
god, okay." And that was it. There's not been a problem.
I have to say, Meg Nasro was an amazing, wonderful author in Florida. She said if Jester sat up, he could be the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's great, Maggie. Right? That is absolutely great.
True.
Jonathan, can you give us an update on Rabbit Savior?
Yeah, we are launching Fund My Rescue in May. That'll be the platform for rescues to be able to donate. there is another extension of Rabbit Savior coming soon. It's called BUN, Bunnies Unite Now. It'll be our own change.org section of the rabbit community. So we're gonna have a legal defense team attached to that.
That's
There's
fantastic.
a lot of stuff that we're building and just create an ecosystem and just keep moving forward, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's-
gonna create everything that the bunny industry community needs, and it's there to play with. And if everybody sees the vision of it, and we all move forward with it, and we all finally want to get energized and make change, there's always possibilities, and endless possibilities, I should say, with a million people behind something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you're driven to do this, and you're doing
I'm
it.
not stopping. No.
Yeah, I know that. Believe me, I know that. And
No,
you're
and then
doing-
next week we'll have the 30-minute episode 1 at San Diego House Rep Society. You guys have seen little behind the scenes funny
teaser.
teasers.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's entertaining, but most importantly, educational. My co-host Julia, she's very knowledgeable, so the two of us really bounce ideas off each other, and it's working out very, very well. So could ask for a better team. We have our buddy chat team, you know, Doug and Lindsay, Jennifer Souter in Canada. So everything's really kind of getting, I guess, the puzzle pieces are getting closer together. So we're pretty excited.
That's absolutely fantastic. What you're doing is absolutely fantastic. And then connecting with people and all
Yeah.
all the things that you're moving forward with is just absolutely incredible. I'm in awe of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jonathan. You know.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing,
Guys,
right?
it means a lot. It means a lot. It's like, you know, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to overstep boundaries. But at the same time, I want to knock all the boundaries that have been put out to the butt industry. And, you know, like we said off the air, there's a new kid on the block. Well, yes, there is. And you can't push me away.
And he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
And
Either love me, hate me, or either stand by me, or just look the other way and keep doing what you're doing, which is fine. But there's going to be some pretty fun things come with RSS.
and again, that's fantastic because you are driven to do it and you will succeed at what you're doing because again, and you've got so much support to so many people that just love you and love what you're doing.
And I wish I can say thank you a million times, like Lynn and Robin and everybody, you know, helps out. And, you know, I wish I can stay on Instagram all damn day and just say thank you and show my appreciation. But I guess the only thing I can do, and trust me, we have 3 accounts and I have one helping me on one account and I'm trying to, you know, respond here and there. And if I don't respond, people are like, are you okay? It's like, yes, I'm okay. Hold on. I guess the biggest, thing I can do for everybody is create what should and needs to be done for the past 25 years that one organization has never done. And we all know what that organization is. And I won't say it out loud just yet, but there needs to be somebody that is building something for the rabbit. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you don't like this person. I don't care if you don't like this rescue. I don't care if this rescue hates this rescue. I don't care because at the end of the day, it's all about the rabbit. And that is it. And that's all I care about. At the end of the day, I don't care if you like me. You can love me, hate me. But if the rabbit gets a better life 5 to 10 years down the road, I did my damn job.
You're doing the job. You're doing an amazing job already. And again, I've got to say, if people, I can't imagine anyone hating you. They may, if they're, you know, if they love rabbits or they're into rabbits,
I have
I'm
haters.
with you. Oh, believe me.
If you have haters, you're doing something right, you know? So,
you know, that's interesting that you say that. You're doing something right because I certainly, you know, being in, oops, I'm losing my ears. Let me try these. There we go. No. Okay, there's my rabbit ears.
There you go.
I've got so many of them in the studio. I mean, I've got them all up on the wall, and of course these, but I had on before. But of course, that's made for they're kids, and they don't stay on my face long enough. But I love them. You all are doing such a wonderful job and loving rabbits and showing that. And again, Jonathan, when you're saying that about Rabbit Savior and the work that you're doing, again, I don't understand. And again, I don't want to go too lengthy with this. I don't understand people hating or disliking someone that's doing good work. If you're a rabbit lover, if you care about rabbits, you want people doing.
Here's the effect, and here and I want to stop you because
No, please.
it's human nature, and I shared with you the Amazon thing. When Amazon first came out, everybody hated it.
Yeah.
Everybody like, get away. We don't want this. We've been wanting it forever, but they hate it. And now everybody can't live without Amazon. It's part of their lives. So that's the same concept when they see RSS come out of nowhere and everybody's wanted things like this. They're like, oh, it's fake. It's this, it's that. But I always, every time I, say I'm going to do something, it happens. It comes true with the help of everybody. But I still think that everybody's, nudging it, looking at it, talking about it. And then, it's like there's a bunch of balls in the air and one's going to drop and it's just going to, help the rabbit community out. So that's kind of where the mindset is for me. Nowadays, I'm getting more, very positive messages, and which is very, keeps me going. Because what a lot of people don't know, I get up early in the morning and we work on this until like 8 o'clock at night. And there's just me and one other person that are full time doing this, and the rest are, part time helping out. But it's a group effort. But this is my job. I don't have a normal job. This is my job. And I'm blessed to be here looking at my 2 rabbits looking at me right now. But yeah, no, I'm really building this for the rabbit community at the end of the day. That's all I'm doing.
And I
Which
think
is-
people get jealous too, though, Louie. And that's where that.
Yeah, that's, what, that's a,
I
go
could have
ahead.
done that. Who's this clown? It's like,
I'm showing that this rabbit greets me every morning when I come into the studio.
And you're right, Robin. And you're right.
Robin, yeah, let's get,
And
a little
you're
bit
very
more
right.
about that. So it's people that are jealous. I don't, and again, I don't know. I don't get that.
well, 'cause they've been around. They haven't been able to do what Jonathan's been able to do, and he hasn't.
Yeah.
Been any
well,
of
then
this.
join with them and help them. Get involved. If you really care, again, about rabbits, get involved. Do something. They are. Amazing. They're amazing. They're amazing. And I very quickly, a story that I'll never forget. Locally, there's a wonderful rescue, and she also takes rabbits to Ronald McDonald House up in Cleveland, and goes to nursing homes. And our libraries have had a program which is great, reading to rabbits. They've got the reading to their dogs, and she does a reading to rabbits. But I'll never forget the story that she told me once of going into a nursing home, and the folks at the nursing home said, this one guy, he's nonverbal. He doesn't speak. So you'll let to understand, don't expect him to say anything. He started to talk to the rabbit and everybody started to cry. They hadn't heard this guy speak. And he talked to, I'm going to start tearing up. He's talked to the rabbit. And what, that's the magic of the rabbit. I know, Rob, me, I'm sorry. But every time I think about that story or talk about it, it's just so powerful. It is so wonderful. And here this guy had been there for a long time and did not speak a word to anyone, but talked to the rabbit, right, Robin? It's
just.
I see you
Amazing.
tearing up. Yeah, it's a
And
beautiful story.
And that's the thing.
How many times have I called you crying, telling you a story about?
I know.
People send me messages, and Lynn, I'm sure you get a ton of them.
Yeah.
The messages that people send me through Instagram, I bawl. It just these amazing people reaching out.
Yeah.
So supportive. So, and I'm really shocked because we've only been on Instagram a year. So, I thought for sure I'd get some nasty, because that's how people are today. And there really hasn't been anything. I've had to take off like her picture, people are like, oh, what happened? Why is she barely, stuff like that. But I did have a couple of people try to tell me that her litter box wasn't set up appropriately.
Oh, really? Oh, that's,
You
yeah.
need a big, thick,
Yeah.
deep box. And I'm like, okay, well, she's
Okay.
got splayed
Thank
legs.
you. Thank you. Thank you for your
But they
suggestion.
were trying to be nice. They were trying
Yeah.
to be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't
I
have
mean,
the information, Louie. So this is what I came up with. This is what I found. It works great.
and it
for-
works. And it works. And she's
Yep.
got to, I'm thinking Instagram messages. I'm going to have to look at that sometime. I know, right? I'm so far behind with Facebook. But again,
So it's
I'll
just-
use,
it-
I'll
it's
use
just
the old
really-
guy excuse. I'm an old guy.
You're not
I'm
so
low
old.
tech. Oh, I'm in my 69th year. I'm an
No,
old.
sir, you don't look at.
No,
Well,
you
thank
don't.
you.
And I
Thank
have
you.
matching glasses to yours too, Louie. Pink's my color. In
Oh,
case you
pink.
couldn't tell. behind.
I always say,
Real man wear pink.
when I get someone, yeah, thank you. That's what I say, John. When people will say it to me, oh, pink. Say it again, Lynn.
Sorry, I didn't say anything to me.
Oh, okay. I thought,
Right.
I'm sorry, but I just, it takes a real man to wear pink. And I also feel that it takes
Right, yeah, definitely.
a real man to love a rabbit, Jonathan.
Yes.
I,
I'm just
I,
feeling loving rabbits, actually.
I'm
These guys do.
you any pink.
I've got pink, I've got pants, I've got shirts, I've got pink tennis shoes, pink trainers. Yeah. So how about telling us the Instagram account? We're getting bad feedback somewhere.
Weird.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Go ahead, Robin. Tell us the Instagram account.
Orlagh's Instagram is Orlagh b.bun.
And spell Orlagh.
Orlagh is ORLAGH b.bun.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Lynn.
Louie, I'm gonna have to send you a picture of my license plate from my car I just got.
Well, yes, please do.
You'll love it.
Jonathan will give you both my mobile number, please. But go and Jester,
Jester, yeah, his Instagram account is Jester the Giant Bunny.
Jester the Giant.
Facebook as well.
Absolutely love this. You both are wonderful. And
Amazing.
Jonathan, yeah. Jonathan, we wanted to share a screen, right?
Yeah. So basically,
Let me-
what I want to share with everybody. I
Let me
personally
do
bought
this
the book. It's The Educated Rabbit by Jody Springborn. It came out, I think, a week ago, or I think about a week ago, but it's so detailed. Let's see if we can share it.
Yeah. Give me a.
I saw it last night, actually. I'm going to order it.
Did you?
Okay, I'm just going to source it out from the UK, which I don't think it's in the UK, but I'm going to have to.
Oops.
I'll just blow it in.
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
seeing it?
Yeah, The Educated Rabbit. Smart Children's Happy Rabbits. Yes, the first aid guide for the domestic rabbit. I think it's 146 pages long. Don't quote me on this.
Okay.
I'll have to double check. But yeah, it's a must read.
Okay.
I must read. And let me do this for a second too.
You can
Listen
go
to
to
the
her,
brilliant.
Yeah.
yeah, you can go to her website or it's on the RSS website.
I'm learning. I'm new with the screen sharing, so bear with me. And Jonathan, the website again, Rabbit Savior.
Yeah, rabbitsavior.com. It's under the rabbit care section, or you can go on her website, which is theeducatedrabbit.com, and then purchase it. It's very inexpensive, but very worth it. It's good to have on hand.
Oh,
It's good.
absolutely.
Good to have the information that comes in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Julia needs to teach me. Julia needs to teach me some things about screen sharing and Instagram messages. And
Yes,
you got
Julia,
a
you
big
hear us?
job, Julia.
Thank you, Leah.
Well, I have just loved this once again. And again, it's so wonderful to be able to see again, listeners find, it'll be a YouTube, it'll be Facebook, it'll be, you got to see or go to the Instagram accounts and see these amazing ladies and their rabbits. It's absolutely wonderful.
Guys, it was a pleasure having you guys on, and I can't wait for the listeners to actually watch this video because I spent half the time looking at both the bunnies. Who else gets to spend a Friday with bunnies on a Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
This has been great.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it a lot.
Yes, very
So,
much for having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you,
just-
guys.
I'm-
Thank
I'm-
Robin. Thank you.
I love this. I love this. Absolutely. And Jonathan, I'm so grateful for the relationship with you and what you're doing for
Ditto.
rabbits. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you put the good work.
Absolutely,
yes.
Jonathan. And obviously, you know, if you need help, we're all here to help you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Always, yeah.
Len and Robin, you two have so much heart and so much love for your rabbits. It's just, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Yes.
See, I get teary eyed. I get teary eyed.
Right.
I'm very emotional, and you know, I am what I am, and it's absolutely wonderful. So thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
See you
you.
guys next Friday.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bye.
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 Try to-
Bye, Jester. I don't want to leave.
Yeah, I don't either, and I'm not. You know, I've got everything. Oh, I'll figure it out. Okay. Oh, wait. I
all
can
right,
do it like
guys.
that. There we are. Okay. Julia, I just figured it out, how to, you know, get back to the big screen from the screen share. Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
made me cry twice, Louie. Thanks.
Well, you know, it speaks to your heart. You know, again, I'm very emotional, and always tried to push it down when I was young, because I was called names, and you know, it's when you're empathetic, you know, I used to say, empathetic people want to know us, but they don't want to be us.
Yes.
And over the years, I've thought about that. I wouldn't want to be lacking in empathy. I wouldn't want to be, you know, and I feel, and I cry, and I feel,
Yep.
and yeah. So
Same here.
I'll take that when you
say
send me.
last week crying about the bunny I met.
When you said made you cry twice, I'll take that as a compliment.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Robin.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lynn.
All right, guys.
Bunnies,
Guys.
thanks so much. This is absolutely wonderful.
Bye.
Ladies and
Bye.
gentlemen, I will be back with